Atlanta, out in, out in the beautiful sunshine and everything, dressed up, looking all pretty, and we still here bundled up with hats and gloves and sick and all bad. What's the weather down there like?
In New Orleans?
Yeah.
Today it was 50. It wasn't too bad, but it was 50 and it was raining. So yeah, Lita, it's 50 and it was raining. So you know, as soon as it dropped down here, everybody bring out the biggest coats because we can't handle no cold weather anyway.
So 50 is cold.
That's
50
cold. We cold.
Even like shorts and a tank top, probably.
We cold. I had on my pea coat today.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I guess why Ashley, 45. That's in Houston. I guess why Ashley getting herself together. Welcome everybody. We appreciate y'all for being here this evening. This is Uncensored Therapy. I'm Lorenzo, beautiful young lady down below me right now. It's Jean, and we still waiting on Ashley. She got a little family activity going on, which is understandable. It's like that when you got that family life. Right now, we just kind of just catching up, seeing how everybody doing, and still got a few people in, probably some people coming in. So we appreciate y'all for being here on tonight so far. If y'all hear my voice fading in and out, I'm just recovering, so y'all just bear with me. It's all good though. I think it's a little bug that's going around a little bit of everywhere. Everywhere. Yo, I was on Instagram and I saw a post. Ryan Coogler, the guy that directed Black Panther, he went to the bank and he wanted to make a withdrawal, right? So he wrote it on a piece of paper, and writing it on a piece of paper, saying what he wanted, saying he wanted to be discreet and not, you know, people. He didn't want people to know who he was. The teller called the police on him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they hemmed him up, and like my mind immediately went back to our topic, talking about, you know, the Black experience and, you know, being Black in America. And I also went straight to thinking about, you know, being Black can sometimes cause certain amounts of anxiety walking into certain spaces. You know what I'm saying? And it, unfortunately for us, you know, that's just, it comes with the territory. And tonight we kind of, that's what we just gonna chat a little bit about anxiety, you know, what it is and how it affects people. Let me get Ashley up here. She just came back. And I thought about that, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we can possibly become anxious, being who we are, going into certain spaces. I know for sure for me, every time them lights come flashing and I get pulled over, everything's going through my mind in that moment. Give me a second. Let me try and get. I see.
When you brought up the topic of anxiety, I was telling my husband, I was like, you know, I think most African Americans have anxiety, and it's because they lack a sense of safety that other races have. Mostly white people, they take for granted how safe they feel just doing everyday things. But African Americans, I don't think that we can all feel that kind of safety just living our lives, you know, regularly. So I feel like that's why I would say most African Americans probably feel some level of anxiety.
No, that's real. And before we go any further, as we always say, that we love everyone to come in and listen and even be able to share. These are conversations that can be therapeutic. However, you know, if you feel like you need to see a therapist, we encourage you to see a therapist for whatever your concern or issue may be. Seeking out therapy is a benefit to the human being. And so we do encourage you that if you feel like you need therapy, to please seek out that help. We provide resources. It's up on our Instagram and as well as our Facebook, and they're fairly easy to find as well. Even if you're in a certain income bracket and you feel like you can't afford it, there are affordable options out there as well. Just to kind of give a little more into the conversation about anxiety. It's a normal thing. And we have to think about normal anxiety and anxiety disorder. You know what I'm saying? It is normal for individuals to have that feeling. That's a natural feeling to have. You know, the thing about it becoming a disorder is when it becomes a regular thing, or becomes an ongoing thing that you can't seem to shake or get out of. And at that point, you may want to see someone. But we get normal anxiety. I know for me personally, I get test anxiety. When it comes to any type of standardized testing, you know, I'm always putting myself in certain spaces within my own mindset, and I get nervous. I
Same with
was
me. It takes it a step further. Whenever I do math, specifically any kind of problems or like a math test, my stomach just start bubbling like, and it's like it's not only like a anxious feeling, it's like a physical feeling. Like,
yeah,
yeah, I feel you on that. I get that too.
yeah,
No matter how much I know about it, I could know the material, but when it comes to doing a test, oh man.
and it happens in stressful situations. You know, you could literally be ready to get up and do a speech, have your speech all together. And for me, my minor during undergrad was theater. And to this day, if I still have to get up in front of people, my heart get to pounding. You know, I get little beads of sweat coming from my forehead, and I still get up and do what I have to do. But
Mm-hmm.
it's normal to have those feelings of anxiety. It's a normal emotion. You know what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me. Um, but it happens, you know, it happens to us. And as long as we don't allow it to get the best of us, and that's when it becomes a concern. If that happens, you know, anxiety is a response to, I guess I'll say, uncertain threats or uncertain situations. Well, I got a rat tail comb in my hand.
Are you gonna do the tutorial this time? You gonna show us some things?
Well, you know, I had locks and I used to do locks, so I can give a little tutorial. I could hook
Well,
everybody
no
up.
way. You gotta post some pictures up. We gotta see that.
But yeah, we can find ourselves in situations that cause us to be anxious. And like I said, it's a natural thing. But when you see that your anxiety is going further than just a normalcy, you may want to see someone. Um,
Can y'all hear me if I talk?
yeah,
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm waiting till I get my headset and then I'm gonna start talking. My bad.
no, you good.
You okay? We're just waiting.
And the biggest thing for me when it comes to dealing with anxiety is I sweat. And I always be like, it's my nerves, but I literally sweat. So for me, just this past weekend, I had drill, and I had to give these presentations, and it was in front a few hundred people, and it was live. And as I'm preparing to get up, I know all the information I need to brief. By the time I got up, my uniform, you could see the wet spots because I had sweat that much, and I was sweat. I carry a towel with me and I was sweating that much. And when I got up there, everybody, you know, was kind of looking, but they pretty much know how I get. And I go ahead and do my thing, and I deliver whatever I have to deliver. But it's always me getting ready to do something, and I'm seeing or feeling like, okay, I'm gonna either mess up or I'm going to fail. And it starts in the mind. And I do it to myself every time. And that's the thing for me. And that's how it shows up for me. You know, you either get that heart pounding or you get those those sweats. And it happens to me, and I just be like, yo, let me just roll with it. But I get up and deliver, but I can't. I just
What are the drills for? Are you in reserves?
Yeah, Air Force Reserve.
Oh,
That's why y'all see at the beginning of the month I'll be bald until the middle of the month. I have my bed, and then it gotta go again.
oh. How long do you have left in the reserves?
I have till I can to retire. I have 8 years left.
Just in res- so how long did you do active duty?
I was never active duty. I've been a weekend warrior
Oh,
since I've been in. Yeah,
okay,
since I've been in.
okay.
It's been cool though. It hasn't been too bad.
Oh yeah, Air Force is the easiest one you can go into. You're gonna go
Come on
into the
now.
military, just go into the Air Force because
Come on now. I've been trying to tell people that. Yo, speaking of anxiety, what you bringing talking about that? Before I left for boot camp,
Mhm.
um, before I left for boot camp, I think that was the most I no, I, there was a second time, but that was the most I had of experienced anxiety because I didn't know what to
Okay,
expect.
I got a headset now.
There she go.
Okay.
I didn't know what to expect, yo, and I set myself up for the worst. Like everything I could picture in my mind that would go wrong, I was picturing it. Um, Yo, I think that was the most nerve wrecked I had ever been. But by the time I got there and I got in the environment, I became settled. So I was pretty good. I wasn't too bad, but that was a
Yeah,
trip.
let's talk about that part of anxiety. The part of anxiety where you're constantly thinking about scenarios of things that can go wrong, how overwhelming that can be. I think, Bunny, you experience this a lot. This is a part of your anxiety, is thinking about everything that can go wrong.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys. Hey. Yo,
Hey.
these headphones are fire. I don't know what they call, but like it's canceling out everything. They call what? Oh, these headphones are fire. It cancels out everything. I can hear everybody. It's like I'm not any nowhere. But anywho, hey guys, hey, I'm diagnosed with severe anxiety disorder. So it's not that I think of everything that's possibly wrong to go, anything that happens that possibly go wrong. What I do is I have irrational fears. So like if I'm driving my car across the bridge, my brain would tell me like, bitch, your car is paper. You're gonna fly off the bridge. I'd be like, I'm about to die right now. Like, oh my god. And I be able to tell myself that's irrational. It's a technique from DBT. It's irrational versus rational. So I have to tell myself your car is probably weighs a ton, and you can't fly off anywhere. Um, or when it comes to like my son, I always think somebody's gonna hurt my son, so I don't really like my son to go places or be with people. I like him right next to me, but like reality, like life is life, and you gotta let kids be kids. It's just like a constant fear of, I don't know, despair.
And the way when you mentioned that your brain tells you about your car, that your car is a piece of paper is gonna fly off. Uh, I forgot the name. Is a part of the brain. It starts with an A. Um, Damn, y'all, I can't never. Uh,
So, Bunny, what would you think? How can you tell if you just have normal everyday anxiety or if it's something serious that you might need to see a professional about?
Well, I do see a professional. I do see a professional because it's just like I have a lot of negative. Now I feel like it's turned into a therapy session about my personal life. Don't get beat up.
I just want you to
Uh,
speak to your experience and expertise, because I mean, I don't have anxiety. Like, I feel like I have regular everyday anxiety, but it's not anything that I would seek professional help
hey
for.
guys, I've been knowing this girl for about 10 years, and she says she has normal everyday anxiety. But I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna just mind my business. Uh, I mean, I have negative self-talks. Like I'd be like, "Oh, you're a bad person. You're a bad person. You're a bad person." And Jean Marie would never say I'm a bad person because she's a bad person. And then I just relate
Yes,
that,
I am. I'm a
relate
terrible
that.
person.
I'd be like, "What would Jean do in this scenario? Oh, smack a bitch, kill a bitch." I say I would do the opposite. I would do the opposite because that's not something we're gonna do. I just tell myself I do affirmations. I'm a big affirmations girl. Am I yelling?
no, you're not.
I'm I'm a big affirmations girl. Like I be like, I am okay. I am calm. I take deep breathing is everything. It's everything. So I'm being a mom at the same time while I'm doing this, guys. I'm so sorry. It's just things didn't line up right.
Jean, when you asked her, like, how can you tell if, her anxiety is normal or if it's something to be seen about, if it's persistent and pervasive and like interrupts your daily going, like your thoughts are constantly there and it's constantly causing you to be in that space, you would need to see someone. So like for me, when I said test anxiety or getting up to speak in front of people, that's a normal type of anxiety. It's not a reoccurring thing, or it's not persistent on a daily basis. And I think what I hear with Ashley is that it's an ongoing thing. And
I
so
didn't hear a
what she
question. My bad, y'all.
no, you're good. You're good. So, so what she has to do is find things to balance out her anxiety disorder. You know what I'm saying? Which is her treatment. And I see Ascension Vibes and Tarot. She asked, "What about crystals?" Now, I'm not too familiar with crystals, but
I do
I,
crystals. I forgot the name of the crystals I use. I use bows. I use frequencies. I use sage. I'm a plant person, being around my plants. Um,
Hmm.
but I'm spiritual, so I wouldn't say that's necessary. You should use that. I want to say that helps me. I also use other things. That's none of y'all business. But I knew.
CBD.
I, she talks too much. Uh, but I knew it was a problem when. So the DSM would tell you that if interferes with your everyday life,
Mhm.
period, point blank. So anxiety sometimes interfere with my ability to be out in public, and that's not, so I have to be in public. I have to speak. I run meetings, you know what I'm saying, in my career, and it bothers me. I'd be like this. I'd be like, I got this. Deep breathing, like positive affirmations. But if it interfere in your everyday life, if it stop you from going outside, if it stop you from going to the grocery store, if it stop, like I used to avoid bridges. Like I'm like, well, I'm not. If it's over the bridge, I'm not going. I used to tell my supervisor, like, well, bitch, you gonna have to figure it out because I'm not doing it. And I look at him like, what you gonna do? Fight me? Can you fight? So when it interferes in your everyday life, that's when it becomes a problem.
It anxiety, what it does, as Ashley was saying, it causes us to worry, which is a natural thing. You know what I'm saying? And we worry about our future and the safety and our safety in it, right? And so it causes there's a flow of communication within our brain. And for natural or normal anxiety, that will happen. But when that goes into overdrive, when your brain starts circulating and the flow of communication begins to take you out of the normal space of anxiety, because like I said, we're human. We're going to go into a space sometime of anxiety or worry. But when it takes it into to overdrive, so for me, I know sometimes it can kind of go into almost I'll say a little bit of paranoia, because I'll check before I go to bed. I'll check my door at least 6 times. It is just is a constant. I will get up out of my bed and check my door. I've left for work and have been down the highway and will turn back around because I keep in my head like I lock the door. Somebody go get in my house. I turn back around to come and lock my door. So when our thoughts go into overdrive, and it takes us out of a normal space of worry, because again, with anxiety, it causes us to worry about our future, you know what I'm saying, and our safety in that future. um a session to Vibes and Tarot, she said, I think spirituality plays a big part in that. Sorry, my text finger's slow. That's all good. And I believe it can, you know what I'm saying? Because one of another treatment for anxiety, for normal anxiety, I'll say, is meditation. You know what I'm saying? And I think we
What's
can.
normal anxiety? What does normal mean? Don't get beat up.
Then we just talked about it. It's when it doesn't interfere with your everyday life, when
Oh,
it doesn't prevent you from living your life and doing things.
there's
Or
no such
driving over
thing.
the bridge.
There's
Right.
no such thing as normalcy. But
Well,
it's whatever.
there is.
Do you want to fight? Because you know better than Lil Renzo. There,
So
the word
let's say you
normal is
feel
not
let's say
it's
you
not a.
angry. You're angry all the time, right? Are you also taking anger medication? Like people get
Uh,
angry, but that doesn't mean they have a problem. So
well,
you
when it
can be
comes to
anxious and not have a disorder.
when it comes to angry, like that's completely different because with
Mm.
how you react, it's your distress tolerance, it's your frustration tolerance. That's completely different. But I just want to like we not gonna what I'm gonna say is let's be conscientious of the word normal.
But that there is a such thing as normal anxiety.
Where that's at?
I mean, not for you, but
It's not in
it's
the DSM.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
No,
talks.
where's the
because
book?
baby,
Oh, he got a book. Come on now,
yeah. One
bring the
thing for
facts.
sure. There's
Bring
a
the
such thing.
facts. Let's not
There's a
talk
such
about our
thing as
feelings, Bunny. Let's talk
no. This.
about that.
Oh no, I'm not talking about feelings. I am talking about the DSM. But I just didn't want to say that because we don't use the word normal at all. And so you only can define anxiety as a disorder when it interferes in your day-to-day life. That's how you do the DSM. There's no such thing as normalcy or normal, or that word doesn't even exist. So, because you can have adjustment disorder, but you still experience. You might say adjustment disorder is normal anxiety, right? He know that, like you know what I'm talking about. But like,
But
so I just want to make sure when we say normal, what is normal? There's no such thing as normal.
well, the reason why they're saying the reason why the word normal was put in, and I want to say yeah, normal was put in front. Anxiety was because it's a regular thing that happens to people, right? And it goes into a disorder when it becomes a
When
persistent
it
thing.
interferes, when it
Correct.
interferes, not persistent, because adjustment disorder don't necessarily mean it's persistent. That means you got put in a predicament or a situation that created the anxiety, a divorce, losing your job. You know what I'm saying? So that I just want to clarify about normalcy, because I feel like that word doesn't. I don't use that word. It's no. Are you acting normal, or that's not normal? Because what is normal?
But
Because
it's not a it's not with negative connotation though.
Yeah, we usually bring people up to get their um get their perspective about halfway
I
through. I don't
think
even know.
somebody's requesting. I'm about to add Fatty Johnson.
Okay.
At least I'm trying to add Fatty Johnson. I guess I can't add Fatty Johnson. I'm still trying to add you, bro. Oh man. All right, y'all. Let's continue while I try and get him up here.
who said West Side?
I don't know.
West Side. Okay. Anywho, uh,
Right. Not about.
you want to fight? I don't.
Oh no, not this again.
I feel like that's my catchphrase. You want to fight?
Yeah, we got two people that want to come up, and I'm trying to bring them up.
Oh, I can't see it.
I see them. Ebony and Fatty. I'm coming, y'all. I'm trying to pull y'all in.
Oh,
My
somebody coming
apologies.
up. Somebody
Oh,
coming
there we
up.
go.
I'm outside.
Philip Dixon.
I'm kind of outside. I'm outside, y'all, cause I'm at my uncle's
Okay.
house.
Okay, be
And
outside, boo.
yeah, cause he's a Gemini and he's drinking, so he on. But,
I mean, it's
uh,
always good to drink.
oh,
Mm-mm,
I love
mm-mm.
Welcome,
him.
bro.
That's
What's
my
on your
cousin,
mind?
man. I love my dog. I love him. But yeah, I was listening earlier. Hey, normalcy is not a word, but it is a nice one for your personal dictionary. Are you always hey, hey, Kanye made his own Bible. You had that in your dictionary, normalcy. I like that. That was a good one. But but though, you was right about the anxiety. coming first, but there is no such thing as normal only because everybody's trauma is uniquely and different in some type of way. Their trauma affected them in a different way. Whatever happened to them, being a person who was like raised by FCCS Children's Services, I met so many kids where their stories were so different that this kid's behavior was a certain way, and he did certain things because what had happened in his particular life. So his anxiety and his triggers can come from something that has not, that other people usually would not be upset about. And the problem nowadays with people who even get in relationships, they say they care about mental health, but people have really selfish. It's like they're everybody's looking for love. It's like you're trying to patch voids because of whatever love and nurturing you did not get from your parents in the 90s. Because there's a lot of mental health
You
who
better say it.
just because you wasn't diagnosed as in the 90s, everybody's grandma didn't listen and say, don't put my kid on the meds. Some people's grandmas
Huh.
in black families was influenced and they went through with it. So there's a lot of people who are out here in the world with severe mental health problems who possibly could have weaned themselves off of medication the improper way to where now they have issues and all types of PTSD. Those medications are meant to target neurons in your brain that could literally change the format of your brain and how it operates and everything. And now certain people might need more quiet time at night. They might need to wake up and go straight outside and sit outside and gain some type of peace. Certain things they have to find inside themselves to learn to do as coping skills. So when you're in relationships, you have to acknowledge all of this stuff. It's definitely not about sex. Sex is the most thing you like in the beginning of the relationship, of course, whatever. But it's the first thing when y'all done damn near done with each other that it does not matter to y'all no more. Y'all sleeping in the bed with y'all back towards each other, so it does not matter. So it's like you gotta to really connect with a person. I when the person made the song Sapiosexual, I loved it. The song, it was a great song, but I couldn't help but to think. I'm not saying he didn't look up the dictionary, the definition, but it sounded like he was really making a song. If I was to make that song, the Sapiosexual, a song, that is the deep thing. There's not many people like that out here. And I had seen something on TV like a nighttime show, right, guys? And there was this psychologist. She was a lady and she was fair. She was being fair. It was actually on Oz. I was in the Bay. I was in the Bay at the time, coming out the lockdown, and I was in the Bay. You know, the news is different there, and she was talking about pandemic breakups. Basically, when that happened, people were forced to sit in front of each other and deal. People were running from the reality of being at home, and then people had to sit still, be peace, sit still. And then you had to face and knew you can't go nowhere. There's nothing to do. Everything's shut down. So you and your baby mom or your partner or whatever, y'all gotta face this because y'all damn near y'all gotta cut it the cord, or y'all gonna either whoever wanted to put down the boxing gloves. So the woman had to put down the boxing gloves, and so did he. And you was gonna come to a conclusion, or you wasn't gonna make it out of the pandemic breakups because people had to sit there. And then you could see if there's been years. So some females be telling me, "Oh, I was with him for 5 years, 6 years." I'm seeing these same numbers:
Um,
5 years,
hey, hey,
six
hey,
years.
yeah, yeah. You seem like you got a lot of stuff to get off
But
your
okay,
chest.
I'm just
I
saying.
know we're kind of
I
getting
was
away
finishing off.
from.
This is the
I'm
last thing
sorry,
I was
not
gonna
I
say.
wasn't trying to be rude, but we're
No,
kind of
you're
getting.
fine. I was gonna say one
Okay,
more thing. I was finishing off by saying this.
okay.
On this specific episode, what this lady was saying is
Hmm.
that all this stuff connects when you're talking about normalcy or anxiety. There's no way to actually pinpoint it. You actually, it's there's no such thing. And she said that it in knowing how many feminized groups and stuff where they're like slandering men, like all the men. She was fair. She was like, no, it's this and it's that, and she kept it real raw. And I was like, see, this is nobody really does acknowledge individuals' mental health when they start to deal with them and supposedly learn them throughout when they're dealing with them. Because I think somewhere within people's relationships with each other, they shut down and people don't notice when that happened. The disconnection already happens sometimes between people. But yeah, that's all I have
I
to say.
want to thank you so much for your comments. The part where I agree with you, I feel like there's no such thing as normalcy, and I feel like I agree with the part about the relationships when it comes to normalcy, because you don't know what other people trauma went through and how they was raised when it comes to it. And I feel like everybody do experience trauma, but I do appreciate you. If you was able to,
Right.
like, we can't put you down, but if you could put yourself down back into the crowd, that'd be great.
We're gonna bring up
Yes,
the next
yes,
person who
yes.
raised
Thank
their.
you. My bad, guys.
We
This is
appreciate you.
crazy.
You're good.
Yeah,
Yep.
no
We,
problem. No facts. Love, love.
we appreciate you, homie. All right. That's Ebony about to bring up now.
Let's get the
So
spiritual
so let
person.
me ask. Did I get her? Yeah, there she is.
Hey guys,
Hello,
I just
ma'am. How
wanted
you
to say,
doing?
I don't call me no ma'am.
Oh,
Shit, damn, the hell going on here?
That's that Southern
Youngest right there.
hospitality he got going on. Just excuse him.
Screen
Just
record this one.
Oh Lord, I'm 33. I ain't no
Oh, you
ma'am.
so pretty. Hey,
she
pretty
isn't
girl.
is.
she
Oh,
beautiful?
no, I was talking about you, but the baby pretty too.
Oh, okay. Well,
Girl,
thank you.
I almost asked for your number.
Okay, well, thank you. I be
Oh,
trying sometimes. I ain't tried it. I ain't tried today, but
Hey,
normally
you
I
look
do try.
good. Hey, you look good.
Thank you, dear. But I just wanted to comment. I'm not that big of a texter, but Jean is my cousin. As she told you, I kind of like, I had a show on my channel called Therapeutic Thursday where I'm not a therapist at all, but I did study some psychology. But a lot of my healing came from spirituality and actually utilizing things that are free, you know what I mean, in order to gain my healing. You know what I'm saying? So I use the earth. I use going on hikes and going sitting by bodies of water in order to help unpack some of the things that I went through. I went through a lot of traumatic stuff and relationships. I was abused. I was like treated like trash. Like when I say abused, I mean really abused. Like I was broken. And so I couldn't figure out I couldn't even go on fucking Walmart, y'all. I couldn't even go on Walmart without having a panic attack because it was so many people around and I just didn't feel safe. I didn't understand why I was going through that. But a lot of my healing came from just reflection, like self-reflection, sitting down and actually going back and figuring out what are these triggers? Like what is it that's causing me to freak out when I go on Walmart? Is it because um I'm around a lot of people? Is it because I don't feel safe? Is it because I'm looking for my attacker like in the crowd, or like what is, self-consciously, what is it that I'm afraid of, or what's causing that? What is it? Uh Flight, fear, was it fight,
Fight or
flight,
flight. Fight or
fire,
flight.
flight? Yeah, what's causing that? Because I'm naturally a fighter. I've always been a fighter, you know what I'm saying? So when I got to the point where I wanted to flee, I'm like, oh, this ain't like me, you know what I'm saying? So that was my level of anxiety, and it took some time. I'm not saying this is for everybody. Obviously, like you guys said, if you feel like you need some additional help, then definitely, most definitely go seek it. If it's to the point where you feel like you about to take yourself out or like anything like that, then definitely seek some help. But I do feel like there are alternative ways to deal with anxiety, even higher levels of anxiety where you guys feel like it's not normal, you know what I mean? So I think there are ways to actually do that, you know what I'm saying? I used prayer. I used even, I went as far as to getting into my natural spiritual gifts, like, so my clairvoyancy, my spirituality, my tarot cards, my crystals. Those things help me to be able to balance out and even figure out, like, damn, like I really had PTSD, or like, damn, I really had, I really was messed up from, even back in my childhood. I even went back into like my relationships with my family members and stuff like that. It just was a lot that I was able to unpack by just doing some journaling, doing some shadow work, doing, utilizing my crystals, and just kind of taking that alone time to be able to figure myself out. And I kind of commented as the guy before was speaking, and he was saying that basically, like, he was just saying that relationships, he spoke a lot about relationships. I can't remember a lot of it because
Yeah.
it kind of scattered, but I feel like if you are broken, if you feel like you have that level of anxiety to the point where it's affecting your relationships, then you should not be selfish as to even seek a relationship. Maybe that
I agree
solitude
with
is
you.
what you need to be able to offer
I definitely agree
that
with you.
other person.
I definitely agree with you. I
Yeah,
feel, I feel like if you, this is the selfishness of me. I feel like if you working on yourself, why the fuck are you trying to get in a relationship? Like that shit is
exactly.
dead. I'm not
And
here
then,
to guide you to be a better person. You should just be solid who you is, because like you become a burden on other people.
yeah, exactly. And I wouldn't even, I mean, you shouldn't even ask that other person, you know what I mean? Because
No
it's
real
selfish
shit.
to be able to put that
Is
type
it
of
broke?
anxiety on that
Sorry.
person, because you may stress that other person out because they're trying to figure out, how to deal with or how to help you deal with your level of anxiety, and now this person has anxiety, so it's trickling on. And then when they leave you, now they got PTSD too, because they didn't deal with all the shit that you put them through trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like I said there's other ways, alternative ways to deal with anxiety. We just have to make it more normal to utilize these other options, these other avenues, because therapy is not for everybody, but crystals aren't for everybody either. Spirituality isn't for everybody, but there should be like different, we should be promoting more than just that one option. You know what I mean? That's all I
Um,
want to say. I love what you guys are doing here, though. I really think it's dope. As long as I can catch y'all, I can catch y'all. That's cool.
And we
no, we
appreciate
appreciate it.
you with your beautiful
Thank you.
self.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
What I liked about what Ebony said, she pretty much talked about, she pretty much well, she did a few things to help herself, but she pretty much talked about CBT, doing talk therapy, when she was able to find her triggers. You know what I'm saying? And to say that she didn't seek out professional help, and to say she's not a therapist herself, the fact that she was able to go and do that type of work within herself. So one, she did something, I'll say, which is a natural thing, which is, she said she would go sit by the ocean and find the space to I'll say become one with nature. I'll use that phrase, you know what I'm saying? And then she said she would had to begin to find out within herself, you know, what were her triggers, and that's talk therapy. That's used in CBT, and I think that's pretty awesome that she was able to do that. So I admire that. I like that. I like that a lot, a whole lot, you know.
Yeah. She's one of my cousins. She's pretty awesome. She's really great, and she's beautiful.
Officially my favorite cousin too. So
I know, right?
I think I want to have her baby, but we can talk about it later.
So look, there was some. What's up, man? What's up, Ashton? So we had
these
some
headphones are good. Y'all can't hear them. That's great. Hold on.
we had some comments that I didn't even realize. So we had Mr. Friday say, you know, just kind of still talking about normal. Would normal in this case basically mean typical or average levels of anxiety? Not saying you're not normal if you experience high levels of anxiety. And I don't want anyone to take that, if you're in the listening audience, to take that as you know, that something's wrong with you, because either way it goes, whether you have anxiety or an anxiety disorder, it's not an uncommon thing. It is not an uncommon thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just that one happens less than the other. One needs treatment more than the other, if that makes any sense. And that's pretty much, you know, but I definitely don't want anyone to feel slighted by that. You know what I'm saying? Not taking away from anyone's experience either.
I'm sorry, what I missed? Yo, I'm watching 3 kids, y'all. Like, you know I'm not no mommy, but I'm a mommy.
Nah, I was just reading some of the people's comments. Yeah. Fatty said, "Thank you, guys are great. So are you, man."
Oh, Bunny isn't always right. Who want to fight?
Who said?
That's your
Wait,
brother.
what happened?
Your brother.
You know Alex want to fight.
Your brother.
You know.
He always want to fight. Why he always want to fight?
Yo, so what about either one of y'all ever dealt with any type of social anxiety?
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't? Bring Alex ass up, because he definitely has with his freaking self.
So why do us humans, why does that happen to us?
It's innate.
I'm gonna speak
I think
the Black experience. Oh, go ahead.
Girl,
Look,
go ahead.
Have
G.
you
have
you
seen
ever?
booty butt?
No, listen.
Booty butt
Have you
fat.
ever gone to? Have you ever, like, say you were gonna go somewhere, right? I'm gonna just say a restaurant. So let's say me and my husband picked out a restaurant. We're gonna go there. So we show up at the restaurant and we open the door, and it's just like white people, nothing but white people, not a black face in sight. I will
Black
literally
faces and white
turn
spaces
around and not even go in, because I'm like, at least out of all these white people, it's 5 people in here that hate me. It's 5 people in here that's gonna be looking at me crazy, and I don't know who in the back, and they might be messing with my food. You know, like that's the kind of anxiety I get when I walk into a place like that.
I feel you on that, and I done got on first name basis with Ebony, but she said fear of not being accepted, and that's what it boils down to. Because I often say, and this is, and if for any non-black person that may be on here, or white person, or that may listen to it in the future, when we're speaking to these experiences, as far as saying like being a black face in a white space, it's not anything negative towards our white counterparts, but it's the experience that we actually have, and we experience a certain level of anxiety. You know what I'm saying? I even, when I have to go into certain meetings and I'm the only black person up in, I'm the only black sergeant, and it's just like I kind of almost ball up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm confident. I know I'm outspoken. I know I'm witty, but I kind of ball up because I'm like, well, what if I say the wrong thing? Or what if I sound too black? Or what if they, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like you go through all these things, and it literally happens to the best of us. Even now, I ain't gonna lie. When I'm getting ready to go to a party or to a nice lounge, I slightly get anxious because after I get fitted up, then I'm more concerned about, all right, they're going to think I look stupid. I'm going to walk in here and I'm going to be overdressed, or either I'm going to be underdressed, or I'm going in here, I don't know nobody, and now people going to be looking at me sideways. Like, just so much, yo. It's so much.
What about you, Bunny?
What about
you
me?
Have something to say?
You
said you had something to say.
No.
You had something. Oh my fucking. You know what? You know what?
Salute, guys. Hey, I got anxiety.
I knew it. I knew you had a drink in your hand. I knew it.
And that's supposed to be family night.
Hey, yo, fuck these kids.
You seeing? I ain't gonna say nothing, but you can see it. You seeing a lot of troops here.
Fuck these kids. Fuck these kids.
It went from family night to fuck these kids. Okay.
Yo.
Fuck these. Hey. Salute.
Oh, even think about it, yo. When you bring in your new boo around the family for the family reunion.
Hey, you say that shit? The new one?
The new one.
Hey, Dwayne.
Oh, we got somebody that want to come up. That's Alex.
Alex want to fight. Alex want to fight.
I'm trying to bring him up. There you go.
Hey, what's down with it?
What's going on, Bam?
Not too much, man. Wow, Bunny. I'm just wondering why Bunny has only been a part of the live for like about 36%. Like, I mean, I understand that she got the children and stuff.
Because I'm the show, baby.
Now, I will give you this. Your pictures didn't really let on that you was thicker than the Snickers. You know, because we can see that now, but it didn't look like that from the. Oh wow, really, Bunny? But the thing that the thing that I don't like is well, not that I don't like. What gives me kind of like a little bit of anxiety is when I do have my kids around me, and there's a crowd. When there's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't have as much control over the situation because I'm like 6'4", 400 pounds. If something's in my way, I'm going to move it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really have too many physical confrontation problems at all. You know what I'm saying? The expression on my face, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big teddy bear until I'm not.
You
know what I'm saying? But
see the expression on your face because we know you white.
I just want to let you know I'm blacker than 100 midnights. I just want to let you know that
let the people see
because
all 14 all 14 it's a white hey y'all, that's a white man speaking.
I am not white just because just because I speak a little bit well. That's it. You know what I'm saying, son? But no, it is what it is. I'm not worried about you, man. I just want you to enjoy the rest of your day. That's what I want.
You came up here to argue, so go ahead.
I did not. I just spoke about what gives me anxiety. I did no, not at all, not at all.
So, man,
Would you say that? Yes, sir.
what do you do to help curve that anxiety when you're in those situations? Like, what might you do to help kind of just
Um, first of all, I try to abstain from them. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have to be in it, I won't. But if I do, I keep them close and keep my head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? And just assure them, that they're gonna be good because they don't really be worrying about nothing anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're kids. They don't be worrying about nothing. But that's what I do because I'm supposed to be, the one that's looking anyway. So that's what I do. But yeah, I just be more conscientious of my surroundings and stuff when they have more people around.
appreciate it, man?
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
sir. Please
Alex.
enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you
You are
so
very
much.
welcome, madam. You are so
I
welcome.
know I am.
You should have said sir, because that's a grown ass man right there. You
That's
should
a
have said
grown ass
sir.
white. That's a grown ass white man, and I'm out in public. But that's
I
okay.
was
Where am
talking
I
about
white
you.
at?
I'm about you as a
I'm
sir.
I'm
You
darker.
live
I'm
down.
like the second darkest person that's on this live right now.
No, I'm literally the dark skin. I'm literally the dark skinned person here.
Okay, but you're not that dark. You're like caramel.
I, you better say it, baby, and I'm melting your mouth. You ready?
Thanks, Bam.
Bye
Thanks.
bye. Bye bye.
Yo, um, why y'all some clowns, bro?
Yo, today, like, we'll record this show today.
Look,
today, today,
I'm recording it already. I started recording
are
it when we
you?
first started. Yeah.
Are you? Delete
Yes.
that shit. Delete that shit, Pinky. Delete all that shit.
so, so look, did y'all know that some people who have a social anxiety
He
disorder,
said, do you know? Do you know? I'm sorry, I'm on my third shot. My bad, guys.
that individuals, one of the features of individuals with social anxiety disorder, they're submissive.
Oh, I'm very submissive. That makes sense. I'm submissive. Oh my God. Oh, read me. Read me. Is that why I'm submissive?
They also
I
say
just.
that they're inadequately assertive.
Oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
that's me. Oh
Mm-hmm.
shit. Read me, baby. Read me.
Learn about
Watch
us.
this. It also says another feature is that you're highly controlling in a conversation.
Oh my God. Tell my life story. Tell my life story.
I cannot.
But
Salute. Okay.
Not with you today. Not
but
today.
the features that I see the most is that they're shy and
Sexy as fuck.
withdrawing.
Sexy as fuck. Oh, that wasn't it. Oh, my bad.
They're shy and withdrawing. And
Sexy
another
as fuck.
thing is so I sometimes look I look at people's body posture. And it talks about I was reading something. It talks about a person's body posture, who may be who may have a social anxiety disorder, and it's usually like I don't know if y'all ever saw a guy or girl that wears a hoodie and he kind of have the hoodie pulled down over their wrist and kind of always kind of slumped over a little bit. Those are some of the body postures of individuals who are who deal with social anxiety disorder, or as they'll say, being socially awkward. But yeah, I just found that some of those features were interesting. Um, Ashley, you really drunk?
Yeah, am I doing okay?
Yeah, you good? You good?
Can you tell?
Oh my God.
Can you tell? I think the next episode should be substance abuse. Because a bitch got a problem.
All bad. All bad.
I'm not driving. I'm not driving today, and I'm watching the kids, so I'm all right. So, hey, you gotta make the best of a, single mom person. Single
You
mom,
got it
baby.
down packed, boo.
Yo, yeah, I'm about to say you losing your headphones. Ooh, Ashley said you need to mute, baby.
Ashley, I agree.
Ashley, who?
Ashley,
Who you mean,
um,
Ashley?
hold up,
The other
not
Ashley.
Bunny, but Ashley Evany. Come join us for a
Ashley,
second.
who? Jordan,
I'm,
shut
I'm,
up.
Here again.
Bring that
I'm,
pregnant bitch up.
I'm asking Ashley to join us for a second
Is it
because
my
I would like
Ashley?
a little bit of input from her.
Is it my
Because
Ashley?
it is.
Oh, come on, cause we can fight. Cause I fight pregnant
No, I
girls.
want Ashley to come up and put a little, give us a little input as well on anxiety, only because she is where myself and Ashley's trying to get. So hopefully she accepts the invite. Ashley, if I
Who
invite you, you
at?
coming up?
She not coming up, but it's cool.
You don't think she gonna come up?
I know my friend.
Oh,
India. Hey, beautiful.
let me
Thanks for
see if
coming out and supporting.
let me just see if she'll take it. Oh wait, look
Did
like
she
she kind
say?
of disappeared.
She said
Oh,
sure.
See,
Ooh.
there she
I
is.
can't
Hey,
I can't even
Ashley.
hear him because all that noise in your background.
I
Yes,
know.
tell her.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I wanted this Ashley to come up because she is, in this moment in her life, a licensed therapist, which is the road that Ashley and I are on to. We're working towards our license. So, Ashley, if you don't mind shedding a little insight on anxiety, just a little bit for a second.
I mean,
Hold
They
up.
want juice.
Ashley, put your phone on mute.
put it on mute.
Put your phone on mute, Ashley. Thank you. Go ahead, Ashley.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have like I can speak to it from my personal experience. Like I struggle with
That's
really
fine.
bad
Yeah.
anxiety. And so I do think I don't
And
know.
she does. And she
I
does.
do. I do. I struggle with really bad anxiety. And a lot of mine, I don't know if y'all touched on it because I kind of came in halfway, but I struggle with a lot of like, because I think like sometimes people get mixed up like worrying and anxiety. So like it's a normal human emotion to worry. Like if you're a parent and you're in a, like the guy said before, if you're in a crowded place, that's a normal worry. It's a healthy worry. You should worry when your kids are, you know, on their first day of school or something like that. But sometimes what sets apart like, you know, GAD, generalized anxiety disorder, from like what a normal, healthy amount of worry is sometimes the extremeness of it and the irrationality of it. And so a lot of my worries are very irrational. Like I catastrophize a lot of things. Like I will be
Me
like
too,
come
girl.
up with, I will think of like the worst scenario possible that can happen in a situation.
Yeah.
Like, and so it's very difficult for me to like keep, you know, keep those thoughts in check. So I have to do a lot of like self-talk and like kind of rationalize with myself
Yep.
because I will go down the hole and I'll be thinking like, you know, like if my husband's going out, I'll be like, oh God, what if he dies and somebody shoots him and then I'm a single mom and you know, I will literally go that
Down the
way.
hole,
And
down
you
the
know,
rabbit
and
hole.
And you
so
know what, Ashley? You brought up a good point. I think that this actually speaks to African American culture, do you think? Because I actually have the same worry when my husband goes out, and especially if he's driving somewhere or going somewhere, I'm like, what if
Where
he
your
gets
husband
pulled?
go?
What if he gets shot? You know, what am I going to
He
do? The
doesn't go
same kind of
nowhere.
thing. But I think it's because, you know, black
yeah.
men aren't safe.
Right. I think
Is
definitely
he
the
black?
social, I definitely think what's been happening in society to black men, it definitely, I think it probably has caused a lot of anxiety in black women or women who are married to a black man because
Mm-hmm.
you do think like, okay, I know my husband, I know he's not going to be this way, but someone's going to look at my 6'4" dark-skinned husband and be like, they might see him as a threat. And so, you know, you do start having, and that's why for me, sometimes like I need to stay off social media because all you see is articles and
Yeah.
news, and it just make you start thinking more about, oh my God, this could happen, and stuff you never thought could happen. Like I saw somebody died from like eating leftovers in their refrigerator. And so of course in my mind I'm thinking like, well God, can I eat leftovers now? You know, like, you
Wait,
know,
you
that's
cook?
the
You
crazy
cook?
stuff that
I didn't know you cook.
yeah.
You cook?
Social media can definitely give you anxiety.
Don't let me
Yeah.
embarrass you, Ashley.
Oh, yes, please do. Let's do that.
I
Ashley,
love her
thank
though.
you so
I
much
love
for
you
your
though.
input. We
Thank
appreciate you
you.
for coming up.
I'm glad. Thanks, guys. I love
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
We do.
Gene.
I
I
love you
love
too, Ashley.
Gene and Renzo too.
What?
Thank you.
She
Love you
love.
too.
Wait, she
I
loves
love
other
all of
people,
y'all.
guys. That's a major
Now I
step.
don't know how to get off of this. Now how do I get off of this?
Cause you're old as fuck.
I've
Um,
never done this. Do I hit
hold
a?
up. Let me see if I can tell you. Hold on.
Yeah. Wait, do I just hit this? Oh wait, no, that ain't it.
I think no, the X at the
Wait,
top
maybe
takes
I
you.
just. Oh wait, I leave.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was a good point, Gene. You know, we wake up. Am I gonna die today because I'm black?
Mm-hmm.
Literally, literally, and that's why I brought up Kugler in the beginning. Like, yo, dude, walk in the bank to make a withdrawal and trying to be discreet, and she called the police. And it's like, yo, we literally walk around not trying to, living as a black person and wondering and worrying if I step into this space, if I go this place, if I do this, if I do that, am I going to make it out?
Mm-hmm.
Like for real. So it's interesting. But yeah, so for anyone dealing with any form of anxiety, whether it's anxiety or an anxiety disorder, make sure you find a space. One I will always say, if anyone has like any form of like an anxiety attack, for an individual that may be around someone that may have an anxiety attack, try your best to help them focus in on where they are in the moment. Help them breathe, you know, help them feel those breaths that they're taking. See if you can count with them, because the idea is to try and pull them back to the space they're in and take them from where they've taken themselves in that anxiety attack. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's to pull them back in a moment. So try to do that with them. And even if it's yourself, like I said, I was going up for a speech and I get nervous, just begin to take those deep breaths, feel those deep breaths, count to 10, you know, try to do the smaller things. And if your anxiety is more pervasive than that, I definitely say reach out and try to find some type of therapeutic help, or even if it's the crystals, as if Ebony spoke about, find some way to balance out your anxiety, because it happens, whether it's, I'm not going to even say normal, whether it's anxiety or you have an anxiety disorder. Gene, you got any? Ashley, I ain't worried about you. Gene, what you got?
Just let me know you want to fight.
I think we can tie this anxiety back into emotional intelligence. So just
Yeah,
knowing your triggers, knowing how you feel, what makes you feel that way, and just working on yourself is the best thing for you to do. So that's
that's
all I
facts.
yeah.
Ashley, what your drunk self got to say?
Right.
Hey, coming from somebody who suffered from severe anxiety, just find your focus. I
Right.
say
That
meditation for me helped me. And when I say meditation, if y'all don't know how to meditate, I'm gonna just give y'all one little tip. It's just focus. Don't focus on nothing else. Just focus on your breath and how your breath makes you feel, how your lungs expand, how your ribs expand, how they release. And it's focusing on that just for a little bit. It helps for me. Also, I'm whispering, y'all, because I'm around kids. Masturbation.
what? Oh,
Motherfucking masturbate. Oh my god,
okay.
y'all.
It's time to sign out, so
It's not.
Listen,
Masturbation
we
works.
appreciate y'all.
It works. It works, y'all. If you ain't masturbating, you don't know.
We appreciate y'all
Baby.
for listening in with us. Yo, every Wednesday, 6 Central, 7 Eastern, y'all come learn with us, share with us, and grow with us. We really appreciate it. Y'all excuse Ashley tonight. She's had a few adult beverages, but
A
it's all right.
couple. A couple. And I'm still babysitting. Y'all fuck with me. I'm your
But that's why
babysitter.
this is
Y'all need a
that is why
babysitter?
this is that is why this is uncensored therapy, because you never know what's gonna happen in this mug. Hey, peace and love. We love y'all.
I'm gonna
Thank
show
y'all
y'all
so
the
much.
kids.
no,
Wait,
no,
wait,
no,
I'm
Thank
gonna
no.
show
y'all.
y'all the
We
kids. I am
Somebody
like,
kick her
look,
off.
we out.
I am,
I'm gonna pour her out.
Thank
I am
you.
doing good. Y'all see Ashton? Look at that. I am
I
a
don't
good
even.
mama. Y'all see him?
I don't even. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Letha. Oh, Letha said that Ashley made it fun. That's because she drunk. She ain't making fun.
I'm making fun every time. Who
Don't
want to fight?
invalidate their feelings just because
Who
they
Right.
feel
want to
like
fight?
she made it fun. They definitely feel like
I
she made it fun.
yo,
That's okay.
I multitask like a motherfucker, y'all. I did that.
All right, y'all.
I
We
did
appreciate
that.
y'all. Good night.
Good night, y'all. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Peace and love.